Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Steph's love hair. Wait, why is this not... Wait. Why is this not horizontal? Please hold. Wait. Sorry, guys. Why is my orientation locked? I just unlocked it, dude. Oh no. I don't want to have to redo my live. Ugh. Wait, this kind of is a nuisance. Dang it. Okay, I guess we're just gonna leave it like this. Wait, question for you guys. Am I vertical or horizontal for you and your computer? Because now I'm confused. Mine's like saying it's vertical, but my phone is horizontal right now. You're sideways. So am I vertical then for you guys? No, I'm horizontal, sideways. Got it. Okay, nope. Kiara just said that I'm vertical. Hello from Alaska. Sideways on the phone. Dang, why am I struggling today? So what happens if I do this? Am I still horizontal for you guys? Now, is this messing up your guys' view? I think I needed to... This is better? Okay. All right, thank you guys. I think I need to make sure that my phone isn't locked, like the switcherooski thing, that's not locked before I go live. Okay, thank you guys. I'm happy we're all caught up to... I kind of like this better because then I can also see more of the chat, like, because it's taller. Wait, this might be it. Okay, what's up, guys? I'm going back. Steph's loves hair. Hello from Connecticut. Hello, Nicole. Hi, Sarah. Hi, is it Keisha? Keisha? Hello, please correct me. Hello, Kira from Alaska. Hello, Kennedy, Nicole, Kenneth, Tina, Nicola. I love this. Also, hi from the UK. Hello, hello. Hi from Norway, new subscriber. Welcome. Happy you're here. It's crazy to me when there's people, yeah, like this LiftFit community literally is worldwide, fam. Like Lativa, I don't even know where that is, to be quite frank with you. So let me know where that is. But I had someone comment on my community post saying that they're like from Switzerland and they might come through, which is so crazy. Hi from San Francisco. Hi from California. Hi from Germany. I'm from Utah. Yo, what part of Utah are you in? Because that's where I live. Hi from the Netherlands, Serbia. Like, this is insane. This is like borderline one of the coolest things to me is like how Maxtra. Hello from Park City. Hello, hello. Welcome. Now I forgot what I was saying. I just think it's sick, like how we're all from all over the world. Like, it's insane how diverse this community is. Hi from the Netherlands. Where is Lativa? I really have never heard of that before. Morocco, shut up. You guys, see, this is insane. Okay, here's the thing, you guys, people from my California people, I really was debating, because I just moved to Utah like a year ago, and I've always kind of been pulled to California. However, the longer I'm here, the longer I don't want to leave. But I'm like, maybe I could see myself in like Southern California. I don't know though. But maybe one day I'll make it there and live there for a bit. If not, I am thinking Hawaii. Hi from Czech Republic. It's in Europe. Okay, the Baltic states. Super sick. Very, very cool. Learn something new every day. Look at this geography lesson in this LiftFit community. I love it. Hola, hola from rainy Pennsylvania. Dude, what part of Pennsylvania are you in? Because South Africa, crazy. Hello. But I went to college. I went to Penn State, and I lived in Pennsylvania for like, honestly, only 2.5 years because spring semester of my junior year, I studied abroad in Spain, and then my senior year, COVID hit, and that's when I came out here. But Pennsylvania was hard to live in, man. The sky was like, I'm very big, like the environment and like the weather where I am like plays a really big like role on my mood. So like in Pennsylvania, it was always just like it wasn't even like necessarily rainy. It would just be like a straight up gray sky, and I'd be like sick. So I wonder what part of, I was in Altoona and then State College, but damn, it was tough for me. Cali's way overpriced. Yes, I definitely have heard that. That's something that's like kind of keeping me away, to be quite honest with you. Maybe I'd go for like a year or two. From San Diego, I went to San Diego and I thought San Diego was pretty sick. I went there with my friend over spring break like 2 years ago now, our sophomore year of college. It was a vibe. It was interesting. I liked it. I didn't like it as much as I thought it was going to be honest. I thought I was going to be like, this is going to be my place. But I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't resonate with it as much as I thought I would. UK, so crazy, you guys. Dang. I really would love to freaking travel outside of the US because I've been itching to, amongst probably all of us are. But I really loved Europe when I was there. How's living in Utah? 11:11 a.m. Love you guys. This is what happened last time. Hello from Bulgaria. Hello from Houston, Texas. Hello, hello. I absolutely love living in Utah. Hi from Heber. Shut up. This is so sick. Okay, I need to focus. How's living in Utah? I love it. And I literally was just thinking yesterday I was in my feels, also just me being open, as I know I'm very positive in my videos. I definitely also have my lower points where I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling anxious, all that stuff. And yesterday was that day for me. And I just like went for a drive after the gym, after I worked out and stuff. And of course, listened to music, like had a good cry, had a good release. But I just was thinking after like how, when I was all emotional and nostalgic and in my feels, like how truly grateful I am to be here in Utah. I am so happy here and I can't express that enough. And when I was first going to college, kind of a long story, but I kind of went to Penn State more so for my dad because he really had wanted me to go there. And I really didn't want to go because of like the weather and like just like the landscape in Pennsylvania. There's not as much that there's not a lot of activities that I like to do in Pennsylvania and things like that. And I always was like, I just knew like in my heart that where I would be living plays a big role with my happiness. And my dad at the time had a good point, like saying like happiness comes from inside, which he is absolutely correct. But now since having the time after college, being able to live somewhere where I've always wanted to live and experiencing firsthand how much happier I am and just everything, it's like insane. So I love it. I'm so grateful to finally be in a place where I really want to be. It contributes to my happiness so much. I feel so grateful just to like be around all this beauty and to be able to do all these things, like being able to go out my front door and go hiking, like does wonders for me. Being able to go up to a sunset hill and be overlooking mountains is like like I just can't express it enough. And I guess yesterday I felt called to like share it, which I'm happy it came out now, because if you're someone who doesn't think it's worth it to make the move, even if you're really unhappy with where you're living, like I'm telling you, it's worth it. Like try to make it work, take the plunge, figure out a way to move somewhere where you are happier, because I'm telling you, it really does make a difference. And like you deserve to be in a place that inspires you, makes you happy, like stimulates your creativity, makes you grateful to be alive. Like, I don't know, it just goes so far, and I love being here in Utah. Yeah, Utah looks insanely beautiful. It is beautiful. Also, but real quick, going back, like it's crazy having people like me accumulating a smaller audience of like people here in Utah. Like, I don't know why that's really sick to me, because I'm originally from New York, upstate New York, not from the city. And I obviously would have people from around there, but then like moving here, it's like I'm kind of now expanding my roots here and like making connections here, which is really cool. Hi from London. Hi, Esther. What's your fave seamless sports legging, if I may ask? Alphalete is now available in the Netherlands. Oh. Good to hear how a worldly person you are. Thank you. Wait, I'm genuinely like sad for you. I don't know why I chuckled, but that's a really big bummer. I didn't know that they didn't deliver to or ship to the Netherlands. I get so many questions on my athletic wear, and I hate to be like Alfly, but it really is the only thing that I wear. So, and to be honest, I don't mean to like come at anybody or bash anything, but like I feel like the next recommendation would be like Gymshark. I don't, because their seamless is pretty popular. I don't like Gymshark, you guys. I really genuinely don't. I just don't like it. I think it's overpriced I don't know, I just don't think their quality matches their brand reputation, in my opinion, if that makes sense. Maybe it's just like in comparison to Alfleet, but because Alfleet's Amplify shorts are seamless, or like their leggings, and I love them. Their Amplify collection. I don't know, another one that I really only wear Alfleet, Lululemon, and then I have some stuff from White Fox Boutique, which maybe that could be worth looking into. I don't know if they have seamless stuff though. I honestly am genuinely sorry I don't have more recommendations. I just have turned to so like one-sided with Elfleet. Love your hiking videos. You tell it's awesome. Oh, thank you. I honestly want to do more. I don't know if you guys like that stuff or not, but I mean, I'm at the point where I'm just really trying to authentically like create things that I want to create, and sometimes I feel like documenting my hike because it's a part of me and like things that I like to do and part of like this living fit lifestyle, just being active. So I'm happy that you like them. I'm planning on incorporating more hiking videos and stuff. Do you live by yourself? No, I do not. I get so many questions on my living situation. I don't live by myself. I live with my brother. Hence this house. This house is not my house. I made it. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. I'm happy you made it. Hello from Fredericksburg, Texas. That's a long name. That's pretty sick. I really would like to make my way to Texas because I feel like everyone and their brother is moving there. Also, this is my iced matcha latte with oat milk. This is life-changing, you guys, because hear me out. I love oat milk. I don't know about you. I think it's creamy, it's sweet, it's a little bit thick. I just like the texture. I love oat milk. It developed when I was studying abroad in Spain. My host mom literally was the plug, and she gave me oat milk, and I was like, what is this? Anyways, but when I like do full oat milk as my milk of choice with my matcha, sometimes it's just like kind of is definitely heavier. So I'm like afterwards, I'm like, that was a lot. And I don't really like to drink my calories, if you will. Like I just don't like my drinks to be like a heavy thing. So then I'm like, okay, almond milk's a lot lighter, but almond milk doesn't have like the taste and the sweetness. So this is so long for no reason. Circling back, I get small iced matcha latte, half oat milk, half almond milk. Changes the game, solves all the problems. You definitely need to try it. It's a win-win situation. Okay, how can I work towards getting the confidence to wear shorts in the gym? Sabrina, let me tell you something, sister. You have to, whenever I get these questions, I need to like get into the zone of like my advice zone and like think this through. Because sometimes in lives, it's like hard for me. When I make like videos about these kinds of questions, I like take time to like reflect, sit on it, and then like answer the question. So on these, it's like I'm answering on a whim. So I have to like try to collect myself really quickly. But I just think like, again, that goes back to just like self-love and like developing just like confidence in general, and knowing that like, it just is a lot of different things, because I feel like for something like that, like feeling insecure, whatever, not having the confidence to wear shorts goes back to like a lot of different things, either having a lack of self-love, a lack of confidence, a worry of like people judging you, or worrying about what other people will think about how your legs look, or whatever the case may be. Like when all of that stuff is just all, you know, it's just like working on your perspective in it and your relationship with yourself, and knowing that like you deserve to feel confident, and know that like, my friend actually said this the other day, longer than that now, but it was like, your confidence can't depend on how you look or how you feel like day to day, because it's constantly changing. We're humans, we're constantly fluctuating. But what should bring you confidence is the long term, is knowing where you're going. And I was like, damn, that was very insightful. Because like, if you think about it, because I totally understand, like I've been lifting for 5 years and there's still things that I'm not confident with, but it's like more so the concept of knowing like, I know where I'm going, I know my trajectory, I know that I'm constantly working towards improvement, and that trajectory, that life path, that intention should be what makes me confident today, if that makes sense. I don't really know if that's gonna help that much, but I don't know, it helps me like put more things in perspective, and not being so caught up like in the minutia day to day, and just doing like, listen, I know where I'm going, I know my intention, I'm putting in the work, I will get to a point where I feel more comfortable and confident in my body, and that in and of itself should bring me confidence today. But I don't know, I feel like that wasn't a good, full, complete answer. I don't know, I just think it's like, and like focusing not like on just how your body looks all the time, like focusing on what it does for you, and thinking of it as just like a beautiful vessel that's like carrying your soul, that like deserves love. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, I just think what always helps me is like zooming out my perspective, but also like digging a little deeper of like the truer meaning, and saying, do I really care about like the surface level of the way something looks? Like, I'm beautiful, I know who I am as a person, I know my intention of getting in the gym, I'm here trying to make myself better. Like, I deserve to wear something that I want to be wearing, and if it's shorts, then I'm gonna freaking wear it. I don't know. Maybe I'll circle back to that if I get more of a concrete answer. Just visited upstate New York, Lake George. Very cool. I went there like 2-3 years ago. That's like 2 hours from where I live. Yes, that's true. I don't have much spaces here to go to. Such a shame. Yeah, I don't mean that to like bring you guys down of where you're living. Like I of course always want you guys to practice gratitude, like focus on the good, search for the beauty around you. But if it's possible, like I definitely am just saying like muster up the courage and make the move. Hi from California, hi from Brazil, so sick. They are, but via UK. Thanks for your honest opinion. Understood. You should travel to Alaska June, July. I think you would love the scenic views. Hiking is amazing, especially with the midnight sun. Dude, honestly, the first new person that I met here is from Alaska, and he keeps saying how much I would love Alaska. I would love to go there. I know that I would love it, and I feel like I'd be like blown away by the beauty. Hi, Holly. Liv, I just want to say thank you for your gym anxiety video yesterday. It helped me so much and genuinely changed my mindset towards lifting. Thank you for saying that. I'm happy it really could help. I don't know how to explain to you guys, but like I don't know. It just like means so much to me that you guys can resonate with my content and that it can help with you guys, like help you guys in that way. It's very like humbling yet rewarding. I don't know. I thank you for saying that, and I appreciate you taking the time to say that. Also, you guys, if you guys are like DMing me or commenting, I'm like really trying hard to like learn to adjust, but it definitely is a lot to try to respond to like the comments, the DMs, like the comments via Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and then also DMs and stuff. So I'm sorry if I don't get back to you. I do read them. I just don't always have, it's just like, I don't know. I genuinely need to get better at it. I'm working at it. But so if I haven't responded to you yet, please don't take offense to it. I definitely have received your message. I just like need to better rearrange my schedule to have time to like go through them all. And yeah, what else? Honor actives are really good. Okay, yeah. Isn't that by Chrissy Cella or Sella? She's been killing it. Like I feel like the past year she's like boomed. Hi, Rice Ball. Will you be doing another workout guide from Katie? Yes. I've been focusing so much on like trying to do content and like be networking with brands that I need to, but like this is my next goal is to create more stuff for like Live Fit, like in general, and create more resources for you guys. I have so many ideas for guides, you guys, it's not even funny, like literally 6 to 7 different guides I have ideas for that's gonna be coming, like it's gonna be probably over the course of the next year and a half, but it's coming. I 100% am going to be doing a workout guide. I will tell you this because a lot of people have been, well, some people have seen like my Shred a Bit with Live Fit challenge that I did last summer. That will be coming out 2.0. That's a promise. Can't tell you guys necessarily when, but it's coming. And then I will also eventually be doing a booty building gym focused guide. What is the best way to relieve muscle soreness? I've worked my quads and glutes about 2 days ago and I'm still sore, but the weight wasn't hard for me to lift that day. Also, I love your video so much. Thank you, Sophia. Okay, so the thing with soreness is a lot of people are saying that they're like, I'm still sore, it's been 2 days. It's honestly common to become more sore the second day. It's called DOMS, like delayed onset muscle soreness. So sometimes it takes up to like 2 days for the soreness to like, you know, actually set in with all that lactic acid and stuff. So something that's amazing, especially if like that, it's that type of soreness where, cause I feel like the next day, if you're feeling sore, that's more so kind of like tightness, tenderness. If it's like 2 days after, like you're saying, that's definitely like definitive like muscle soreness. So I love to foam roll in that case. If you don't do that already, I 100% recommend foam rolling and rolling over the areas that are feeling tight. But then when you get a spot that's like really, really, really tender, hold it there on that spot and give time for the muscle to relax and kind of for that tension and lactic acid to release a little bit. So you just like stay on those pressure points for a little bit and let it kind of loosen everything up. I'm telling you, it will really help you. And then obviously just some stretching, like you could do static stretching and some dynamic stretches. And then walking, I think really helps me too, just to get some movement in. And yes, those I guess would be my recommendations. Rice Ball, I just discovered your channel and love your videos. Your username, like I feel like a 4-year-old, but I don't know why it's making me smile. I discovered your channel and love your videos. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Isaac, recently picked up a little cold. Any tips for staying a little active while resting? You guys, I feel like I sound like, honestly, no, it's not I sound like it, it's true because I'm over here doing my neighborhood walks like a 45-year-old soccer mom, okay, with my freaking Apple Watch earpods, and I'm like, hey Karen, like in the neighborhood. But I am an avid walker. walker. So I would say walk. And I think so many people overlook it, especially like the bodybuilding, fitness, social media community, because it's kind of like, and that used to be me. I used to scoff at it when people would be like, yeah, I'm going to go on the treadmill and walk. I'd be like, yeah, okay, like she's clearly not taking her training seriously. That was back when I was very one-sided with my fitness journey and closed-minded, like 1 or 2 years into it. But yes, I definitely recommend walking, you guys. It gives you the opportunity to have movement in, but without that high intensity or stress on your body. It doesn't take any recovery, essentially any recovery time. It helps you de-stress your body, both like physiologically, internally, mentally, but also like physically. It helps to de-stress your body, which is amazing, to lower your cortisol levels, which will like, you want to be in the least stressful state as possible, as frequently as possible. So walking like helps me do that, dude. So Isaac, definitely recommend going out, getting like walking, especially if you have a little cold. Fresh air will definitely help you. And it doesn't need to be like crazy intense with hills or fast or anything like that. Like just go chill for a stroll, you know? Listen to it. It's also a great time to like be able to listen to podcasts, to learn something in that time, or just like listen to music, daydream, think about your goals, plan out your day. Like I think it's such a good use of time. Thank you for the hearts. Do you use knee sleeves? No, Mel. And honestly, I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like ashamed to admit this. I've never lifted with knee straps, a belt, or there's a navy blue Porsche Cayenne with yellow brake calipers. That's my dream car. Anyway, I swear I have ADHD. Okay, I never have I lifted with knee straps, a belt, or knee sleeves, wrist straps, and a belt, Olivia. Thank you. I've never used them before. And I want to, so I have like experience with them. But yes, I don't use them. Longest answer for the shortest question. Okay, Anna. I love how many windows you have in your brother's house. So much sunlight. Dude, I love it. I need to show you like that. It's amazing. And I don't know if you can, I wish it wasn't whited out, but like because it's blue skies right now and you can just see all of the blue and it's beautiful. I love it. It makes me really happy. And in the winter, dude, especially when you know that like we're getting dumped with snow and it's gonna be a powder day and you come out from upstairs, like you can see the little, when you come out there and look out the window and all you see is snow, it just looks like a winter wonderland and it's amazing. Very thankful. OMG, I'm not sure if knee sleeves are that handy too. Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I just have never like felt the need to use it. And to be honest, I'm not into like crazy, like, I don't know. I just feel like that's like more like powerlifting gear, if you will. Not necessarily, that's an assumption, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't lift like that crazy heavy where I need them, but it kind of like borderline sometimes. I feel like I could use it, but I don't know. Hi from Peru. Hello, Ariana. OMG, thank you at Sabrina. Nicola, weird question, but do you wear underwear under your leggings? Because it is always weird for me because it is seeing, I guess, don't know how to say it. Hopefully you understand. Not weird at all, and I'm happy you asked this. I rarely wear underwear and bras, but that's because I'm itty bitty titty committee over here. But yeah, I don't, especially with leggings, just no, you don't need them. I don't know how it's like, because I just hate when you can see the line, even if it's like, even, I don't know, and I know people like you can wear a G-string, I guess, but I just don't like seeing it at all, and it's uncomfortable to me, especially because I pull up my leggings anyways pretty high up, so I just don't need them. If anything, they'll like get in the way, and I only wear my leggings once anyways. I don't know, when it's like spandexy material, it's like, why would you wear them? So no, don't feel weird for asking, and don't feel weird for not wearing them. I only wear underwear if I'm wearing jeans, to be quite honest with you, and like a dress. That's it. Okay, Lux by Low, Liv, how do you know how to train for the type of body you want? Research. Hang on, I need a drink. Okay. How do you know how to, so research. So I just would look up, especially when I first started, I found like influencers, which I know kind of was like a slippery slope, but back then I like didn't really know. But I did know that they like, I just found the influencers who developed their body via like through weight training. And that's what made me discover like, oh, I can actually sculpt my body through lifting weights. And so then I kind of would like look at their workouts, kind of look at their advice, because I knew that they like weren't fake, it wasn't surgery. And then from there, I just like did more research in general, just like learning. Then I learned like from there the different muscles in different parts of your body. And then I learned how to grow those certain types of muscles through researching different exercises for those things, for those muscle groups, if that makes sense. So for me, I actually want to do a whole video on this because I think you guys would really like this. Hear me out. I want to do a video of like how I built my body and going through like from where I started to where I am now, because again, like I know this seems so shallow, but I also kind of am so accepting of it at this point. Like my main intention was because I wanted to change the way I looked. Like it just was it. And like with it has come obviously so much growth. I've evolved so much, and like my intention with it is so much more. But that's been like my overall mission, and I don't really see it as really shallow anymore. It's like I see it as like an art, like it's a way that I'm like sculpting and creating and shaping my own body, like in an art form sense. So I guess for me, like I knew that I personally like the look of like bigger legs and glutes and more like smaller toned upper body, if you will. So I just kind of did research on, you know, different exercises to grow the glutes, to grow the legs. I knew that like lifting as heavy as you could, like eating a lot will help to build up your legs and your glutes, that sort of thing. And then for me, again, also this is more so through trial and error. In terms of my upper body, I know that I respond better to more lighter weights, but higher reps and more body weight stuff with my upper body, just because I gain muscle in my upper body very quickly. I already have like a broad upper body. So I find like those types of things help sculpt my upper body in that sense. I need to start going faster through these. Do you only read nonfiction? Yeah, I really only read like self-development, personal development, self-help books like Mind, Body, Spirit. Yeah, I don't really have an interest. To me, it's like, I don't know why. To me, I don't really have an interest in fiction books. I don't watch TV ever or Netflix. So I don't know. Cause like I would rather watch YouTube and like see someone's real life and like get to know somebody like through online than like watch something fake, if you will. And I feel kind of the same way about fiction. Not really fake, but like made up. But I also have learned the beauty in that, because I also think it's cool that someone's creativity came up with that storyline. So I understand like the draw and interest in like reading fiction or watching like a Netflix show. I don't usually buy guides, but I'll definitely be buying yours. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. I got like really good feedback on my last one, and I'm excited. I need to just like freaking get it done. I need to finish it because I shut a bit with Lift It Challenge. I loved it. I like put a lot of my heart and soul in it, and a lot of people loved it too. It wasn't just workouts, like it was journaling prompts. It was just a very holistic challenge that combined like the mind, body, spirit. And I really love that, and I just like it really aligns with like my mission and like this Live Fit mission. So yeah. Hello from India. Hello. Hi from Hungary. I'm working out for about a year, so I think I'm not a beginner. Do you think body recomp works on me too? I want to lose some fat but my main goal is to build muscle. Depending on how intense and how consistent you've been with your training, you absolutely still can go through body recomp. Even me, you guys, I feel like I've gone through more so body recomp the past few months, even though I've been working out for 5 years. So I think, yes, it's definitely still possible. Just again, make sure that you're really training very hard, you know, implementing progressive overload when you can, increasing the difficulty of your workouts and keeping that protein high and eating around your maintenance level of calories. So basically just keep listening to your hunger cues, be mindful, try not to be overeating or undereating, you know. But yes, I would think it's definitely still possible for sure, especially because a year still isn't, like, you have a lot more room to make progress for sure. Adriana, yesterday I ran for 5 minutes and it felt so good. Do you have any at-home gym equipment? I'm proud of you for running, Adriana. Freaking go get them, dude. And do you have any at-home gym equipment? Yes, I do. Like here at home, we have some stuff, like a really old, like just some like free weights and stuff and random things like a bench, but I don't ever use it. But my like go-to home equipment stuff is I use like, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about them, Hope Fitness gear. They have like amazing resistance bands of like such high quality. They generally have never snapped on me. I've been using them for like over like 18 months now. And yeah, they have they have like the little mini resistance bands, the big resistance bands with handles. They have stuff where you can wedge it like into your door so you can do like back exercises. I think it's amazing. I do have a code with them if you want to use it. It's just LIVFIT, LIVFIIT, and it'll save you 20%. And the owners, you guys are so sweet. So I just love like supporting their brand. They're so kind. So again, Hope Fitness gear. It's in the description box of my videos, code LIFTFIT, 20% off. Walking and hiking is the best, good for muscle soreness, back pain, mentality, weight loss, facts. 100% correct. With like weight management in general, you guys, when I went through my leaning out phase, I did one cardio session a week for maybe like a 4-week span. Okay, my like full body functional training like has a cardio component, but I don't classify that as like cardio, you know? So I only did one cardio session. It was a 20-minute HIIT session once a week for like 4-ish weeks during my leaning out phase, but I had like a 10K step goal, and I like the 10K step goal and slowly decrease my portion sizes is what allowed me to lean out. Like that was the driving force among anything. Like that one cardio session a week was just to like supplement in my weight loss when I was getting like deeper into my cut. This is the slowest I've ever drinking a matcha because I'm chit-chatting up a storm, but usually I'm like, Anna, I love you too, thank you. Skylar, I'm sorry I'm late. Looks like I missed so much. BW High. Girl, don't worry, Skylar, I'm happy you're here. I understand everyone has a life, so sometimes I feel like people feel like, I don't know, not saying you do, but I just feel like in general, sometimes people feel obligated. I'm like, dude, you don't owe me anything. Keep doing you. Thank you for stopping by though. And this obviously goes onto my channel anyway, so if you feel called to watch anything back, you totally can. Dream car for real, yes, you guys, I'm obsessed with cars. It already has happened. I'm just like waiting for, time to catch up. You have helped me so much with starting my fitness journey. Thank you. Oh, of course, that makes me very happy. Hey, girly, what's up, Maya? Tiara, that's a very lovely name. I love that. Evening walks are my favorite. I try to get out and walk as the sun is setting. I love that. I totally agree with that. And that's so helpful. Like in some podcasts I've listened to, like that's obviously so helpful with your like aligning up your circadian rhythm. Like it's so soothing for your mind and for your circadian rhythm to actually like see the sunset and like see like the world winding down. Yo, there's 80 people in here. What's up? But yeah, evening walks are amazing. I love either going like in the morning. Honestly, I go every time of day. I like going in like the mid-morning, like 10 o'clock, but I also definitely go in the afternoon quite a bit. But I also do love my like sunset walks. I like to call them sunset steps just because it's cute. I am so behind. Okay. Hey Liv, love your videos, thank you. I can't go to the gym. I have a little bit of weights with me to work out from home, so can you please give any tips on how to make your workouts hard when trying to get gains at home? Yes. Okay, I don't have like a ton of firsthand experience with this, but I definitely know, I will say, like you're going to need, because you have less weight, you're going to need to up your reps in order to increase the intensity of it. So honestly, like I'm saying, because you probably don't have heavy weights, if anything, you're using maybe resistance bands or just body weight, like you're gonna wanna go to failure. So you may be pushing like 50 reps on things, but that's really like the main way, my main tip to increase difficulty. Also decrease your rest times, like put exercises in a circuit form. So like I said, either have like really short rest periods in between exercises or repeat all the exercises back to back in a circuit and then rest afterwards. And you can add like pulses to things. That will definitely help increase your time under tension. So slow down movements. That will also help to increase difficulty, and things go to more unilateral moves. So for example, it may be to do body weight squats. You may be able to be doing like 100, 150 and being like totally fine. So like that's something that I'd recommend, maybe doing like a split squat, like a Bulgarian split squat, and elevating your back leg on a chair or something like that and making it a unilateral movement, because that's going to be more difficult and you're going to be able to do less, with only one leg. So I guess those would be my recommendations. Do you always go heavy with workouts? No. With my leg days, I pretty much go as heavy as I can. But honestly, like my glute and hamstring day is usually the day I go as heavy as I can. And then like my quad and glute focus day, I tend to go lighter, especially in terms of like hip thrust. But no, like my Friday workouts, I'm always doing really light weights or just body weight. And honestly, I say this lightly, but I've been trying to implement more lightweight training on purpose, just because I'm very content with my muscle mass and I kind of like the physique that comes with more lighter weight training a little bit. And also I think it's better for like just simple mobility work. And I feel like I've gotten to a point where I personally would say that I'm like comfortable with my strength. I feel like I've hit a lot of my strength goals, and I don't really feel a need to like be pushing any heavier weight without me at this point like risking getting hurt. And it's like, for what? You know what I mean? For my ego to say like, oh, I can lift this much weight, you know, and it's like I don't really care to say that. So I just feel like I don't know, I'm chilling with going like any heavier. I love you and your account so much. You're such an inspiration. Thank you. That's very sweet. Yes, how you built your body video would be amazing. Yeah, I think that'd be so sick. Like, cause I haven't seen anyone do that on the internet. And I would do like, that was probably true. I haven't seen anyone, but it's probably been done. But like, I'm talking, I would start from square one because I don't know if people realize how systematically and how much intention I've put into shaping my body. And like, just like with my training, like I've gone through bulks, cuts, chose specific exercises, done specific rep ranges, like that sort of thing. So I want to like take you guys through all of it like a freaking timeline. I think it would be really cool, and it kind of would borderline be like step-by-step manual. Yes, please, love your videos. Thank you. When resuming working out after a long break, do you dive straight back into your regular weekly split with lighter weight, or ease into with lesser workouts per week but same weight as before? I would honestly, you could do, let me read that again. With lighter weight, so regular weekly split with lighter weight, or ease into it with lesser workouts per week but same weight. Honestly, I would say same amount of workouts but lesser weight, lower intensity for sure, because I think even if you're normally trained 5 days a week and you go in 3 days a week, but you're still trying to push like your PR on like a hip thrust, I don't think that's going to go down very well. So I definitely would recommend like try to get back into your actual split, because I also think that will help you get into the routine of it, but lower the intensity and lower the weight. I honestly would maybe even recommend taking out a day or two of your normal weekly routine and then building back up like within a 2 or 3 week period to get to your normal full, I don't know, let's say 5 days of training, maybe built up. So like at your second or third week, you're back to doing full 5 days. I love your mindset on working out. I agree, working out should be for aesthetics and feeling good. That's kind of the whole concept. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like it's like finding the balance between like the aesthetic of it, working out to feel good, and for your health. To be honest, like, yeah, those are the 3 pillars. Like to look good, feel good, and to be healthy, to be good. Hi from Colombia. Hello. Katie, you have such a good community. Is there any way we could have a group chat? Yo! That's such a good idea. Wait, I need Rex. How do we do that? You guys, that would be crazy. And also, I have such a good name for this, which I don't know if I want to say it right now or not, but yo, wait, how? Can we have ideas? How can we have a group chat? I don't know if we're like exchanging telephone numbers. I'm not a big WhatsApp gal. I know people do like Facebook community groups, but I've never like been on Facebook. Really? I don't know. Wait, can we give me ideas? Because this would be so interesting. How to stay dedicated to working out specific muscle groups instead of getting stuck in a rut of doing full body every day. Interesting. I've never actually heard of this before. Is it because I don't think like doing full body is a bad thing, but why is it? Because you don't, like, do you feel unmotivated to do one specific muscle group? I think if you're struggling with this, like, I personally do different workouts every single time for each muscle group, but like stick to similar movement patterns. But in your case, something that I think would help you would be to like write out a workout split. Like if you're going 4 or 5 days a week or whatever, write what specific workout you're going to do every single time. So let's say, like, just for me, for example, I do, quad, hamstrings and glutes on Monday. Write out your full workout. Tuesday, I do upper body push day. So write out the full workout, et cetera, et cetera. And so then, like, that's something that you can stick to. You don't need to think about it. And it's not really a matter of, like, do I feel like it? It's like, just do what's on the paper, Like, sometimes that's a tough love you need, So I think that might help you, like, get it definitive, written down, and be like, I'm just going to go in there and do this. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to get myself to try to train in a certain body part. Like, it's Tuesday, and this is what you're training, chest, triceps, and shoulders. You're going to be grateful to do so, and you're just going to get it done. But honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing to be training upper body. Like, if you genuinely don't want to be training each specific muscle group, if it's not in alignment with your goals, and if you genuinely don't want to do it, don't feel obligated to do it, But if it's necessary to hit your goals, then maybe try out what I said. I recently lost my period due to diet and exercise. Hi, Emily. Do you have any specific like questions? I would love to talk about that. I definitely have been there. I have videos out on my page, and I have a whole video about literally every single thing step by step that I did to get my period back, if you want to check that out. Are you gonna drop merch? I would love a Lift Fit hoodie. Yo, I'm freaking, you guys have me dead. I don't. Wait, in a TikTok, I said I'm dead, and someone said, but you're not dead, you're alive. And they're like, sorry, I'm a word person. I was like, you right. But you guys, there's so many things I want to do with Live Fit that I just like physically can't create it quick enough, but I need to get on my Chit and get it done. I would love to create merch, and I have so many ideas for the merch, so definitely it's coming, and it's gonna be pretty sick. And it's not gonna be like at Live Fit, follow me on Instagram, like it's gonna be sick. Like it's gonna be like a graphic, like something that you're gonna wanna, like obviously butterflies are gonna be involved, and it's gonna be something that you're like, I feel my intention with it is that it's gonna be something that you're gonna like want to wear, want to rep, because it's just like sick in and of itself, not like, I want it to stand for my brand, but not necessarily like go follow Live Fit on Instagram and YouTube. You know, I want it to stand for like a brand, like the Life is Good brand. That's kind of what I want it to stand for, like the lifestyle. Oh, I'm so excited. Hi from Brazil, hello. Do you have any book recommendations? Yes, I feel badly because I say the same ones every single time, but anything by I can never say his name. I think it's Eckhart Tolle. He has A New Earth and The Power of Now. I read The New Earth. It's amazing. It's all about like releasing your ego and things like that, and just like changing your perspective on a lot. It was amazing. I'm currently reading The Power of Now by him, which is great. I'm only like 100 pages in, but that's also really great because that's something I've been really trying to work on, is like channeling being more present and in the now and being in more in like a flow state. Because I also think that'll really help me like with my work and like show up for you guys. Another amazing one, which I'm kind of, the following two I'm about to say are the two that I recommend you start with. One is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's amazing. I just had my brother read it, and he like read it once. He's not super spiritual, but he's like kind of getting into more like gaining awareness and consciousness in your mind and like your thoughts. And it already has changed. It already has made him a lot more aware of the way his brain works. So again, Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and then The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Incredible. It's another great kind of one to more so start with a little bit, because he speaks very concisely. It's not like Eckhart Tolle, sometimes he speaks and it's like, whoa, that was kind of over my head, I need to read it again. But Michael Singer with The Untethered Soul speaks very concisely, but it's very profound. So those, I guess, would be like my top four. What did you do at your very first day at the gym? Whew, okay. I don't remember. That was like 5 years ago now. But I will say, like in New York, we had a little home gym at home, so I was able to build up my confidence. Like this goes back to people, if you're feeling unconfident to like get in the gym and things like that. First is research. There's like a plethora of information at our fingertips with the internet. So research about form. There's plenty of creators like Jeff Nippard, for example. Like he is very educated and has like actual science-backed like form videos and videos about just fitness in general and lifting. So again, Jeff Nippard, just like you can find people on Instagram and then also full on like credible sources online, whether it being like an article or things like that to help you learn, and practice at home. Practice your form in the mirror so that like when you get there, the movement pattern doesn't feel so foreign. So that's a big thing. And that's what helped me, is like, since we had a little home gym, I was able to practice at home. So when I went to my first gym I ever went to was like a YMCA. So I felt more comfortable because I kind of like knew the movement patterns. I've done the movement patterns before, etc. But I don't remember the actual workout I did my very first time. That's a very interesting question. Once having cut, do you reverse diet back to your maintenance calories? Yes, and that's a difference from this cut compared to previous cuts that I've done, because I would cut down, drop my calories, and I would just keep my calories there. I would never come back up. And again, I don't track. I don't track currently, and I didn't track previously during these cuts. But yeah, I just would never like make an effort to increase my calories. But yes, that's something that made me lose a lot more strength, and it made me like, that was the reason why I lost my period, because, well, it was a reason why I didn't get my period back. I should put it that way, because I just never had increased my calories. And it also was a reason that I used to lose a lot more muscle during a cut. Like I've gotten comments saying that like my legs and stuff, that I'm holding my muscle well, that like my legs look bigger, when really I don't think they really have necessarily grown. I just think that am leaner while able to maintain that muscle mass. So my proportions are better, so it looks like I have more muscle on me. But yes, so once you diet down, you definitely want to slowly increase your calories back up. For me, again, I did this completely intuitively. So I just would slowly try to consciously increase. Again, I eat similarly day to day, so I would try to increase portion sizes with things. With like, for example, my breakfast in the morning, I would try to add more almond butter, or I would increase the amount of oats I'm having, things like that. So where it's more so intuitive, but I'm able to like consciously add in more calories. Hi Tova, just joined, welcome, welcome. I want to see how behind I am. See, like that was 15 minutes ago. I need to hurry the fook up. Alyssa just found your channel yesterday and I love it. Sending love from Cayman Islands. Wow, incredible. That's amazing. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate your support and I'm happy you're here. Sierra, you're always so uplifting, Liv. Thank you for bringing positivity into fitness journeys. Thank you, Sierra. That was very sweet. Karise? That was so wrong. I'm so sorry. I hate that I struggle with pronouncing things. Please correct me how to properly say your name. Hello. How do you minimize lower back pain when doing deadlifts? How much are deadlifts supposed to work your lower back? I'm scared to get injured. Totally valid question. I get this question a lot, especially via TikTok. If you're having back pain, a majority of the reason is because you're like not engaging your core, you're having an anterior pelvic tilt because of it, or your core isn't strong enough to support that lift. So when I say engage your core, like I always describe it now as like cinching and pretend like that, you know, like the little cinching cords like this, like the little, you squeeze it and go, and it's like on a hoodie or something like that. That's how I picture, but like someone doing that if there's a string from my belly button to my spine and I picture someone cinching it in. So I'm pulling my belly button to my spine and I'm doing it right now. I could still breathe, but my core is tight. So that's like kind of what I think to do when I'm doing any sort of, literally any sort of movement, essentially, like any sort of lift, but especially with my compounds and especially with my deadlifts. Next thing, when I say an anterior pelvic tilt, if this is your looking for you from the side, this is your pelvis, pretend this is you and I'm awkwardly touching you. An anterior pelvic tilt is when you're tilting your pelvis forward, okay? So that's gonna create that curve in your lower back, your butt's gonna be sticking out, and that's gonna cause more stress on your lower back, right? So if you tuck it, create more of a posterior pelvic tilt, you're gonna tuck your tailbone under a little bit, that's gonna relieve that tension in your lower back. Also helps with creating more glute engagement by creating that tuck. So that's something you could do that would really help. And I sometimes like that happens to me if I'm experiencing lower back pain. It's because I'm like really not like tucking my pelvis under. And then lastly, if your core may not be strong enough to support the lift or like the amount of work that you're doing, because that happens sometimes, right? Like sometimes there's a mismatch between like my forearm strength to be able to hold the bar and my leg strength. Same thing, like your core or maybe even lower back are too weak to support like what your legs can lift. So I will say, firstly, it does get better. Like I still definitely have, like I can feel my lower back being worked with my deadlifts, but I know it's because it's being engaged. I think the difference is if you're feeling your lower back be activated, and that's fine, don't be worried about it. But if you're getting pain in your lower back, that's when there's an issue, if that makes sense. So just to complete this, work on some core strength, maybe 2 times a week, focus on working your core to get stronger, not necessarily because you're trying to get ripped abs. And then also you can do some lower back work, so like on the back extension, things like that, or you can do like kind of bird dogs or like on a yoga ball, that sort of thing, where you're lifting up your arm and your opposite leg and getting that flexion in your lower back. That will help build more strength, and maybe even warming up first your lower back by doing those movements may help you with engaging and warming up your lower back before you go into such a heavy lift. I hope that helps. Okay. Hey Camila, kisses from Brazil, kisses back from Utah. Can you please tell us how your first time experience was at the gym? You guys, I don't remember because it was like 5 years ago, and I've never, also you have to remember, like I've been an athlete my whole life, so I never it never was foreign to me, right? To like be in that atmosphere. Obviously workouts were part of my training and stuff with like my sports in high school. So it was never like super foreign. It never was a daunting thing to me. But I will tell you this, like it's not as scary as you think. I think that it's people especially the more that you think about it, the more it like festers in your head and the more it may seem like a very daunting, intimidating place. But I promise you it's not, especially if you have the mindset that it's not, if you will. Because I'm telling you this is just humans. If you think it's gonna be a scary place, that people are mean and that, you know, people are gonna be giving you dirty looks, humans find what you're looking for. So if that's what you think and that's your intention with the gym, when you show up, that's probably when you leave, you're gonna be like, that was awful. But if you go in there saying, hey, this is a place where people wanna get better, everyone has been where I am before at once in their journey, everyone's just trying to like improve themselves, everyone's there for them, you know, trying to better themselves, that's what you'll go there that's what you'll see when you go there. You'll go there, you'll feel inspired, you'll feel motivated, you'll feel, I guess like empowered by everyone's worth ethic, you know? So I don't want people, I feel like I have a lot of newbies, which I love, that I have people who are new to the gym that are following me, and just know that like it is a beautiful place if you allow it to be and if that's what you see it as. So don't be scared of it, don't be intimidated by it. Like it's a beautiful place for a place of growth and everyone's just trying to get better. Everyone's, you know, it's just amazing where people are working through like their own struggles, but they're there trying to work through it in a productive manner. Like I love the gym. I just think it's a great atmosphere. So don't be too worried about it. Just get in there. The hardest part is starting and getting in there the first time. Yes, I'd love it to be very informative. I think you mean how I built my body, because I'm 10 years behind. But yeah, I definitely want to do that. Camila, I started working out for my mental health and damn, what an impact. Yep. It's like amazing because the mind body are so connected. So it's amazing like the crossover between your mental and your actual physical health. Lauren, hi from the UK, hello. I struggled to stay motivated until I found your channel, and now I found an entire positive mentality shift and work out for my mind more than my body. What a beautiful message. Thank you, Lauren, that was so sweet. I love everything about that message. That's amazing. Now I found an entire positive mentality shift and work out for my mind more than my body. Everyone read that one, because that's amazing. That's what we all needed to hear today. Facts, though. And honestly, is so much more mental than physical. That made me feel so warm. I love that. That was so amazing. Okay. Kelsey, group chat, Discord server. What's Discord? What is that? I literally have never even heard of that before. Group me, Kelsey. What's a Discord? How come I don't know what this is? Kelsey and Sophia said that too. Please update us, sister. Group me would work. That would be crazy. Do you train during periods? B2W, really love you. You have such cool videos. Thank you so much, Sophia. Yes, I do. I think everyone's different, obviously. So don't like stress if like, I think especially like maybe the first or second day, I understand why people want to train. Like for me, those are like my heavy days of my period. But yeah, I don't really change anything just because my periods aren't like crazily overwhelming. Okay, also don't mean to poke a bear. But if you're having like crazy PMS symptoms or really harsh period symptoms, I'm just saying, do look into it. Do research, because again, I'm not an endocrinologist, but from what I've learned with my hormonal like research and my period journey, like my HA journey, that's not necessarily, like it could be indicative of some other hormone imbalance symptoms, which not saying that's like, oh my gosh, end of the world, like you need to go to the doctors right now. But I'm saying like you might need to be looking into it can be fixable through other like lifestyle changes to help balance out your hormones more properly. So if you're to the point where you have like crazy, crazy bad period cramps, to the point where like you can't work out for the week, that's something that like I would recommend, I would invite you to look into. Because again, could indicate some sort of hormonal imbalance, which can be fixed through lifestyle shifts to help optimize your hormonal levels, or there just may be some other things going on. What are your favorite books? One that has changed and influenced the most in your life? So I already said them. Sorry that I didn't mean that to sound sassy. I already said them, but I'll do a quick run through again. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, I'm still currently reading. And honestly, another one is How to Win Friends and Influence People. That one really changed how I approach business and how I negotiate with people, so that'd be a good one. Aline, what is a Discord, people? In US, Discord is really big. In BR, it's difficult to see someone using it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Are you going to have merch? Kira, someone else asked this. 100%, it's coming. I already, like in my notebook, the other morning, well, I always say the other day when it's like been a week ago or whatever, but like a week and a half ago now in the morning, I was like, ding, And I was like, I just need to make sketches for my merch. So I have all the sketches down. I know what it's going to be, and it's definitely coming. I'm so excited for it. This is what I get the most excited for when like building this brand is like, I love the creation of it and like building the community aspect. So I get the most excited for things like that, like designing stickers, designing like merch, making the videos and stuff like that. Like that's my favorite part about it all. Also, that's another thing. Would you guys be interested in a sticker drop? Because I did that previously, and I'm thinking of doing another one because this community is way bigger than it was when I did my first sticker drop. So let us know. But yes, definitely we're gonna do merch. And like I said before, I don't want it to be merch that's like, go follow Lift It on Instagram. Like it's gonna be dope where like you're gonna wanna wear it and it's gonna stand for like a movement of life, like a way of life that you're gonna wanna like represent. That's like what I want Live Fit to stand for, the brand, is like a way to approach life. Like the Life is Good brand for a comparison. I love your videos so much. The tip about the extra reps with lower weights to help increase intensity really helped me. Awesome, Allie. I'm happy that helped. I think WhatsApp is easy. True. But in WhatsApp, we need to exchange numbers. True. That's not safe at all. True. Agreed. True. Says Alyssa. Insta group chat. True. But Instagram gives me anxiety sometimes, like my DMs. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, a group me would be best. I forget now who's... I think Kelsey hit the jackpot. I feel like... Because I just feel like Insta would be a little bit hectic, and I feel like that might get lost in my DMs. I think... But do you have to exchange numbers on group me, actually, too? Is it similar to WhatsApp? I don't even remember. Emily, I typically have been eating 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, which is bad. I know I want to eat more, but I heard jumping calories to like 12,000. Whoa, that was so not correct. To 2,000 gets rid of your progress, and it should be gradual. I feel like getting rid of progress is dramatic, but yeah, definitely like, that's like everything. Hang on, my background music stopped. Yeah, that's like everything that especially like I preach in terms of HA recovery. Like there definitely is no need to jump up from 1,000 to 2,000 calories. Not only is that's going to be hard on your digestion because your digestion isn't used to moving that quickly. You're going to feel very bloated, very uncomfortable, stuffed full. And not to mention it's so hard mentally because overcoming HA is such a mental game. Like it's such a mental battle, and rightfully so. And I, have empathy for you with that. That was like the hardest thing with my journey. So it's stressful like on your body, but also mentally to try to jump up calories that much. So don't feel inclined to like tomorrow shove down 2,000 calories down your throat. And 100% can be gradual. And I think I don't know, some people like when you lose your period, I understand it's something that needs to be fixed, right? Just because there's overall like down the road, there can be problems that are compounded through this hormonal imbalance. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's, in my opinion, I don't think it's something where it's like, unless you're crazily, unhealthily underweight, that's like really, you're like fighting for your life. I don't think it needs to be anything where you need to panic and be like, I need to eat all these calories, blah, blah, blah. Like focus on the trajectory of where you're going, the direction of where you're going, and just focus on slowly eating more calories overall. So try to aim for like, I don't track, but like, go what feels comfortable. So like when you feel kind of content, try to eat a little bit more after that. So it may only be 50 to 200 calories more for that meal. But again, that will add up week over week. You know what I mean? Things like that. Like, and eventually I promise you, your hunger is going to regulate. It's going to adjust. Your hunger cues are going to upregulate. Your digestion is going to move quicker. So I promise you'll start to feel hungrier, and it'll get easier as your metabolism adapts to eat more. So yeah, don't feel like you need to jump up and just gradually increase calories. When you form a team, can I apply? You're definitely gonna roll up. Oh, thank you. What do you mean a team? Guys, I just want to say I love you guys so much. Like, and I get comments, people being like, can we be best friends? Like, I feel like we be friends in real life. Yo, we're online best friends. I don't know what the misconception is. Like, we're all homies here. You guys don't understand how weird I am with you guys. Like, you guys, and I realized this too last week or whatever, that like, you guys know me more than people in my life, because literally more than anyone in my life, essentially, because you guys know me when people aren't around. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys see me on video when I'm like alone being weird, like how I am obviously on camera when I'm alone is like how I am when I'm alone. Like, and genuinely when I'm alone, I'm talking out loud to myself. So when I'm filming, it's just like I'm talking to the camera, but like you guys see that. So you guys are pretty, know me as much as you can, honestly. But what do you mean by a team? Lux by Low, I'd love to know. Lux by Low, I'd love to know. Kiara, how did you start loving yourself and become comfortable being by yourself? Beautiful question. In your videos, you go hiking and walks by yourself, and I would love to start doing that and get in touch with myself more. I love this. Thank you for asking this, and thank you for this comment. How did you start loving yourself and be comfortable being by yourself? We're independent vibes over here. We love strong, independent freaking women. I think there's so much power and strength, but also vulnerability, implying more strength by being able to openly like do things alone and be alone. So I think how I developed that was 100% journaling. You guys know I love journaling so much. Now, quick trip down memory lane. About 2 years ago now, after my sophomore year of college, I feel so old. I know that I'm not, but like when I just remember when I was younger and I'd hear people being like, back in college, I'd be like, damn, like, okay, like she's been through it. But I'm only 22, but when I say like college is a pastime, I'm like, or a past life, I'm like, dang, like I've moved through life. Anyways, after my sophomore year of college, that was when the lowest low I've really ever felt with myself. I had such a poor relationship with myself, such a negative mindset, and what pulled me out of that, what helped me, which I'm so thankful for, because again, those low points is what helps us grow and evolve. So that really low point is what allowed me to find and develop this whole relationship with myself and add this whole other facet to Live Fit that I'm able to guide you guys on. So I'm so thankful for it. But journaling helped me so much. Affirmations helps me beyond words. And I know it seems so silly, like affirmations seem so stupidly simple, and it's something that I really overlooked them. But affirmations help me so much with learning to love myself and become confident in who I am. So write positive affirmations about yourself, how you want to feel, the person you want to become. And then even just with journaling, I would create journaling prompts for myself, right? So I would write release character traits that I didn't want to embody anymore, negative energy that I didn't want to embody anymore. I would write down self-hate, negative self-talk, self-doubt. I would release those things. I would write it under the release category, right? And then under inviting, I would say self-love, self-confidence, all of that sort of like positivity, optimism. And I would make it more clear in my mind of like the traits and energies that I want to embody as a person and how I want to show up in life. So that helped me so much. And then, I think becoming comfortable being by yourself, it's something that's going to obviously take practice. Stuff that always feels foreign, right, is going to feel weird in the beginning because it's new. That's anything new is going to feel the way. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just is simply foreign, right? It's just not normal. But eventually, I always say it's going to become your new normal. The uncomfortable is going to become comfortable the more that you do it. So, yes, I'd recommend, you just kind of need to go for it. And again, don't like judge yourself for doing things alone. I feel like in our present day society, in our generation, it's like not cool to do things alone, or it's lame. Fook out of here with that BS. I think it's empowering and sick when you're able to be independent and do things on your own and not count on it, like not need to rely on anybody. So yeah, journaling really helped me. Positive affirmations, just reflecting on who I want to be, the energies I want to embody, and then just kind of start doing it. Go for walks, like, I don't know, just things like that will just, you kind of need to start, and eventually it'll get more comfortable and it'll get easier. Camila said, I think it's better for you to search a professional to see how you could research how you could increase your calories to be healthy in a sustainable way, Emily. Yes, very valid. Hi from Sweden, hello. Hello, Miss Max. I've been eating 1,400 calories for some time and I'm not losing any weight. Now I went on vacation for 2 weeks and I've gained like 3 kilos. Should I go back to my 1,400 calories? What do you think? I definitely would need more information on this. 1,400 calories is pretty low, but I would need to know, your weight, your activity level, your age, your height, all that sort of thing. Yeah, I would need more information to answer that. I'm sorry, but I can't. And I don't feel comfortable giving you such a definitive answer when there's still so much that I don't know from that. Hi, Hannah. Hi from Germany. I love your personality. Thank you. How did you train as an athlete? We didn't really do like a lot of, I think you mean like when I was in high school and I was doing sports. We didn't train, like we did lifting sometimes for basketball, but I played like lacrosse and tennis and stuff like that, and that took a lot more running. So that was kind of, yeah, we did more like endurance stuff. I did more like conditioning work as an athlete, so more running drills, things like that, but not as much weightlifting. But my senior year of high school, I would independently weight train and then also do the conditioning like with my team. Yeah, I agree with, yeah. Hot Tang, it says Miss Max 1400 is probably too little, especially if you're working out. I'd recommend getting your daily caloric needs calculated and go from there. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Like I would, yeah, I kind of would start with there and then adjust your calories depending on like what your maintenance level should be, because you also may need to, I know you're not want to hear this, but you may need to go into a reverse diet to help to prep your metabolism first before your body is ready to go into another fat loss phase. Meaning increase your calories slowly, sit at maintenance for a bit, and then go into another deficit. My name is pronounced Carice. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Carice. And thank you for answering my question. I went to the gym for the first time 2 weeks ago because of you and have been going ever since. I love it. Awesome. Thank you for saying that. That makes me happy. See, it's not that much of a scary place, people. So all the newbies, Carice did it. You can do it too. Thank you, Hotting. Alex, OMG, I love you. You've inspired me to work on. I absolutely love your workouts. Thank you. That's very sweet. That makes me happy. Sophie, how do I get over the fear of going to the weight section and there's a bunch of guys there? IDQY guys make me nervous. I think, again, just trying to get out of your own head and not focus on like making assumptions of what other people are thinking of you, and just know that like, I just feel like you have every right, just like knowing that you have every right and deserve to be there just as much as all the other guys do in the weight section. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's a big one, is learning like not to feel inferior because they're all there and not worrying about them judging you. Like I really like, who cares if they have something to say or if they're thinking something? Like again, hypothetical thought that you're assuming that they're thinking in their mind. We don't even know if they're actually thinking it. So it can't tangibly affect you if you don't let it, if you don't choose to accept that thought. So let that stay in their head. Anything they're thinking about you, don't try to make an assumption of what it is. Let that happen in their own world, in their own head. Know that you deserve to be there, and know that like, if you genuinely want something, such as your goals, if you want to build muscle, if you want to gain strength, if you want to be someone who's consistent in the gym, you can't let any random stranger derail you from your whole entire life path by like preventing you from being consistent on the day-to-day basis. Because being consistent on the minute scale is what adds up and compounds to progress over the long term. So just get your booty in the weight section and just know that you deserve to be there, and don't let them, you know what I mean? Don't let them make you feel inferior or nervous or anxious. Like, fuck out of here, dude. You're a queen. You deserve, like, just be confident in who you are. Be proud of who you are and gas yourself up. Also, I know it sounds crazy, but like, I kind of like make up, like in my head, I just like hype myself up and I just stay in my own world. And like, I just pretend that like I'm not even, I pretend to the point of like, I believe it, fake it till you make it, right? I'm like, I'm a boss, you know what, for being in here, and I'm gonna go take up my space because I deserve it, and just get it done. I don't know what a Discord is, people. I would love to be on board, but I don't know. So I'm gonna do some research, I'll get back to you. Why did you stop taking the Teamy Grand Superfood Powder? To be honest, Claire, I genuinely ran out of it. And I just haven't gotten more. There's no specific reason. I genuinely still love it, and I would be having it now, but this is why I bought a matcha, because I didn't have any. But I genuinely still love it. I would love to be taking it. I just ran out of it. And same thing with the collagen. I've ran out of the collagen, the protein powder, and the green, so I just need to order more, but I still love all of them so much. It's okay, thank you anyways. Thank you, Miss Max, for the love, for the kindness. Favorite podcast? Whew. Overall, I have not been listening to as many podcasts as I used to be. My favorite? I feel like overall, I'm gonna say The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. A lot has to do with like your mindset and things like that, but like with stepping into your power. So I really like that one. And then the next one in terms of like, like tangible like knowledge and learning, I really like the Next Level Human podcast by Dr. J. Tita, because he like talks a lot about metabolism and like female hormones and female athletes and stuff. Sorry, Komal, is that how you say your name? Please always feel free to correct me. I always want to make sure I'm like being respectful and saying your name correctly. Sorry if you've already answered this before, but super new here, but is Lift Fit your full-time professional focus? Do you study / have another job? Don't mean it in a disrespectful way at all, just curious. No worries. I get asked this quite a bit. So I went through college already. I graduated just this past May. So a few months ago. I'm 22 years old now. And I studied supply chain management from Penn State, their Smeel College of Business. And then I minored in entrepreneurship and also international business. So just a whole business education there. And so now though, this is like my full-time thing that I'm doing is Lift Fit, between, you know, making money from like affiliate links, from YouTube, from brand collaborations and things like that. This definitely, I'm definitely not rich. I'm not, but I love this so much. I'm super passionate about this brand as a whole, and I have a lot of visions for where I want to take it. And I'm not passionate about supply chain, so right now this is the full thing that I do full time. Hello, Candace. I tend to have a hard time with mind-muscle connection, especially with back movements. Any tips on how to get better with that? Super, super valid. That totally was me. Like, I really struggled to engage my back in the beginning, and like rear delts and things like that. So don't feel bad about it. That's definitely very normal. Mind to muscle connection is so important with helping to get like an actual efficient and saturated and potent and like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a thorough contraction to get the most out of the movement, out of the rep. So it's so, so important. And I think, especially with back, something that really helped me is going slow and really lowering the weight. And just the whole time, like thinking about like, okay, this movement is supposed to target my lats. And then I just lower the weight, go nice and slow, and really focus on the stretch and then the squeeze. It also really helps to touch the muscle that you were trying to be working. So again, if you're doing a lat movement, maybe put one hand there. If you have a workout partner, have them put their hands there so they can touch it. And then it will help you just to feel it and engage that muscle. Hello, Freya. Hello, Serena. Good morning, beautiful. Loved your video on mental health and addressing negative inner voices. Yes, thank you for watching that. Just bought myself a journal and downloaded a mindfulness meditation app. P.S. I love your shirt. Thank you, sister. It says, create good karma. It's actually a t-shirt dress. I wear this all the time, too often, to be quite honest with you. I'm really happy that video helped you. I want to do more videos and that sort of stuff, but I think this format of like question and answer helps me talk about more of those things, because it kind of was hard to address those topics like, and not when you're not in a conversation with somebody, you know, but I'm happy that it helped. Sophie, thank you. And also, how do you know how many reps or exercises to do when you first started your fitness journey? Because when I start going to the gym, I'm going to follow a plan. So I was wondering if you did too, or you just wing it. How do you know how many reps or exercises to do when you first started? Okay, so again, this was like coming back to research, right? So like in the very beginning, I did research and I learned that there's different kind of rep ranges, optimal rep ranges, I should say, for different classifications of training. So, you know, heavier weight, lower reps, for example, like in that 1 to 6 rep range, that's gonna be training more for power and strength. Hypertrophy is more so for strength, but muscle building and muscle growth. That's gonna be more of the rep range between 8 and 12 reps. Then there's things called muscle endurance, and that's gonna be more so training in like the 15 to 20 and plus upward rep ranges. So I think learning about those and then knowing what my goals were, which is muscle growth, hypertrophy, that's how I knew how many reps to do. And same thing with like exercises when I would be trying to design workouts. So again, I never followed a plan where I had a workout written out for every single day. They always would be different. They still are different to this day. My workouts are always different, but they follow similar movement patterns. So for example, like leg day, I'm always doing like, I try to stick to like a squat variation, a lunge variation, a thrust variation, a hip extension like a hip hinge variation, an abduction movement, right? Things like that. If I'm doing pull day, I try to do a horizontal pull, a vertical pull, like where I'm hitting all the main movement patterns. Now going with that, furthermore, legs, like I said, I'm usually doing 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12 reps on my compound movements, and about 2 to 3 sets of like 15 to 20 reps of for like my isolation work at the end, or accessory movements, and I'll probably do anywhere from like 4 to maybe 6 exercises on leg days. Upper body days rep ranges are pretty similar, except usually I'm doing more in like the 15 to 20 rep range, and I'll do more so like 6 to 7 exercises on upper body days. Advice for finding self-love and happiness on your own without feeling too lonely and lost. The gym keeps me sane, but my mental health makes me drift from people closest to me. Love you lots. Love you too. I think, I know I say the same answer, but my advice for finding self-love and happiness within is going within. So I do that via journaling, through meditation, sitting with yourself, just practicing and like taking just like how you would take the time to develop a relationship with somebody new. It's the same thing where you need to take that time to develop a relationship with yourself, right? So it's going to take time. It's not going to be like tomorrow you're going to have all this self-love and feel really comfortable being alone or being in silence with yourself. It's going to take time. You're learning about yourself. You're creating yourself, right? But I think that comes from doing more activities that make you turn inward, such as journaling, such as practicing gratitude, such as saying positive affirmations, such as meditation, such as reading, things to like help you become more aware of your mind, gain more consciousness, become aware of your thoughts. So I think those are the big things that help me cultivate more self-love and like happiness with who I am. Because the biggest thing, you guys, which is like this beautiful circle that I think sometimes some people may not realize, is that like by doing all of these things, it inevitably makes you evolve to become more so your highest self, right? A better version of yourself. And that inevitably makes you care for yourself and love yourself more, because you're putting more care and love into yourself, if that makes sense. And then you're growing into a person that you respect, that you trust, that you are proud of, which again makes you cultivate more love for yourself, right? So the more that you do this, the more that you're in this like self-feeding cycle of like endless evolution, if that makes sense. And it's just like the better of a person you are, I find that it's easier for me to be happy, right? So I guess just food for thought. I think it's a fitness-oriented channel, so you can give advice and motivate to start doing workout to lose fat. Yes, the thing with fat loss, which I definitely have mentioned before, it's not really what workout. There's no like fat burning workouts. It's more so your diet and daily movement that's really going to drive your fat loss. So I always say to recommend slowly start to decrease your portion sizes. Considering you're already eating a healthy amount of calories, I would start by slowly decreasing your portion sizes and increasing your daily movement by having a step goal of anywhere between like 8 to 12,000 steps a day. I've lost 40 pounds this year and I'm doing so good, especially over the summer. How do I keep it up when school starts? Congratulations, Maddie. That's amazing. That's a huge accomplishment. When school starts, it's going to be a lot of just like time, because trust me, I've been there with college and stuff. It's just going to be a lot of time management, a lot of planning ahead. I don't know if you're in college or in high school or whatnot, but plan it just like how you would schedule it in. Like if you have an appointment or a class, schedule your workout in the same way. So you already have a time, set aside a time to go, and it won't really be a question or if you're going to make it or not, because I'm telling you, if you don't actually set aside a time of like if you're actually going to go, something else is going to fill its spot and you're going to run out of time. So just come up with the time that you're going to go, put it in your schedule like a class, and don't debate it. Just get up and go. Same thing with food. You might need this was a big thing for me in school, is like I just had to simplify my meals, right? So like now I kind of have more time to cook and diversify my meals, but like in college I definitely would eat similar things that were quick, that were easy. Like I would do a lot of frozen veggies. I would make like ground turkey and things like that that were like just quick to eat. Tuna, that helped me like stay on track with my goals that I still enjoyed to eat, but they were way more time effective. Sometimes when I go to the gym, I squat with a lot of weights and reach my limit afterwards. I feel very good, but my muscles hurt for like 3 days afterwards. Does that get better over time? Only been going to the gym for a month. Yeah, then definitely your soreness won't, which soreness doesn't necessarily indicate that you have a good workout. Just want to put that out there. But yes, your soreness will definitely subside after that you are getting more conditioned in the gym. But I will say I would need more, like a little bit more details. Just make sure that you're still squatting with good form and that you're not like overdoing it, because if you're like in a really, really deep soreness for like 3 days, 4 days after, that could indicate that you may not be eating enough. You may not be eating enough protein, or you're training a little bit too hard. So just kind of play around with it, pay attention to it, and be mindful of it. I really struggle to make any leg gains and upper body grows when I pick up a grocery bag. Yo, that's literally me. That's how I feel too. Literally, I have not resonated with the comment more. Any tips for hard leg gainers and keeping leg workouts effective and not too long? Dude, this is me too. I gain muscle in my body really quickly, and naturally my legs are like this pen. So, leg gains, you're gonna just wanna make sure, again, you're really pushing heavy weight and constantly doing progressive overload in the gym and just really staying consistent. And I think what really helped me make leg gains, and in terms of like quads, dude, the leg extension machine, I don't do it so much now because I'm like comfortable with the size of my legs, but I used to hammer that sucker and just go really heavy, and that really helped me put on, like, I would say the leg extension and lunges, like Bulgarian split squats, really helped to make my legs grow for sure. And of course, like all the normal things, make sure your protein is high and make sure you're eating enough to feed those muscles. But you may also need to increase your training frequency. I don't know how often you're training legs now, but maybe add in another day. And any tips for keeping leg workouts effective and not too long? In terms of time effectiveness, I always find it better. I try to focus on bilateral movements and not unilateral movements. So I would opt for like a leg press as opposed to like a reverse lunge or something like that, just because it's doing both legs at once. That always makes it time effective. And then of course, like supersets, where if it's leg day, it's hard to do supersets when you're pushing like heavy weights. So that's what I'll do. Like I'll superset like, like a dumbbell sumo squat with like an abduction kick, right? So it's like they're two different muscle groups. So I'm allowing one to rest while I'm working the other one. Hi, Olivia, could you talk about good shoes to wear for weightlifting, please? I see you wear high top Vans. Is it important to wear flat shoes without arch support? From Mariah. Hello, Mariah. Yes, I just have always wore high top Vans for about like 2 years ago now. I just don't really like Converse. I think flatter shoes are better just because it allows me to like push through my heel more, which will help with like just with better form and getting better glute engagement. And something that's also something to know is that you want to make sure you're having shoes kind of with a wider toe box, because it helps, because when you're doing like a squat or something like that, like your toes kind of spread a little bit in order to help like maximize force production. So if you're doing a shoe that's like really narrow in the toe, that I wouldn't necessarily say that's optimal. So I would say find a flat shoe that the toe box is nice and wide to the point where your feet can fit in comfortably. But yeah, I really don't, I just have always done Vans. I know that Noble is another no space bull, like the animal, is also really good. People love them, so that could be another one to try out. You're welcome for the reply. What are your thoughts on pre-workout and creatine? I took creatine for probably 2-3 months, maybe 2 months, for during like the end of my winter like maintenance phase and the beginning of my cut. I really liked creatine. It totally made me it helped to add power in my workouts. I feel like it helped with my strength for sure. I also was eating more at that time, I feel like. But I definitely would recommend creatine to like almost anybody. It's like one of the most researched supplements out there. And it's already like, it naturally occurs in red meat and stuff. So it's very safe. I definitely would recommend it. I think it's great. I'm personally not on it now just because I don't have any crazy performance goals or strength goals or things like that. And I kind of go through phases. I said this in my last vlog where I want to be like this crazy big gym bro and like really into it. And then other times where I want to live like super organically and naturally and not be on anything like that. And now that's just kind of where I am. I just haven't felt called to take it. And thoughts on pre-workout, I'm not a huge supporter of pre-workout. I'm not a big supporter of like chemical caffeine in general. Like I don't ever have, energy drinks. Like I'll have matcha or tea if I want caffeine. I don't have coffee just because I don't like coffee. But yeah, I don't love it just because I feel like there's a lot of chemicals and stuff. And then obviously like artificial sweeteners. And I think that if you're very tired, like I'm very energetic, so I don't really need it, so that's why I don't use it a lot. But if you're very tired, like if I'm tired, that to me is like, okay, I need to go work on my sleep hygiene habits and like get better sleep, go to bed earlier, get off my phone earlier, that sort of thing. So I like to go back to more like natural remedies of like, we have sleep for a reason to help recharge us. So I don't love pre-workout because I feel like the cure is to improve your sleep patterns or the food you're eating or things like that to help you feel more energized or you're not hydrated enough. And then the other thing with caffeine is a lot of people take it right in that afternoon or early evening to get through their workout, but then they're kind of still cracked out from the caffeine, so they don't have as a deep sound sleep as they might have if they didn't have that caffeine at that point in the day, right? So they don't sleep as well, then they wake up, go through the next day, they're still kind of tired, so then they rely on the caffeine. It's like a vicious cycle. So I don't love caffeine. I don't love pre-workout. I'm not against it, but I don't like to take it because I just don't feel like I need it. So I just don't feel the point. Love your channel so much. Started the year off at 270 pounds, currently at 198. Awesome, Ricky. Damn, good for you. Your positive attitude in your videos has definitely helped me learn to enter the gym with a good mindset. I love that, Ricky. I'm proud of you. That's amazing. That makes me really happy. Prashna, hi, love you. Look pretty today. Thank you. I'm sure you do too. I can't see you, but I can see it in my mind. Hello, everybody. Hello. Maddie. Okay, I'm definitely gonna like wrap up here in a second. Maddie, what exercises are best to do for strength at home with 5-pound dumbbells? I'm really working on building up muscles, but all I have is 5 pounds. I'm wondering what moves are best for muscle gain, arms and legs. Okay, 5 pounds is definitely light. So like I said previously, like since you have lighter weight, you're definitely gonna wanna up your reps and even your sets, decrease your rest times, maybe increase the time under tension, so slow down the movement. All this will help to make it more difficult for you to see more progress. So I think like, again, just like all the same workouts that I would do in the gym, I would have you do at home. So things like, again, this also will help increase the difficulty is to do more unilateral moves. So do more like reverse lunges, Bulgarian split squats, step ups, that sort of thing will help you to help gain muscle in your legs. Like single leg hip thrust, that sort of thing, B stance, hip thrusts. And then for upper body, you can still do honestly for upper body, because upper weight body weight strength is like difficult, especially for women, I feel like. So if you could do, honestly work on like push-ups, dips, that sort of thing. I have a lot of like body weight work where I do like things called chameleons, pushback, push-ups, dive bombers, things like that. And that will definitely help you increase your upper body strength, but more so in terms of like your body weight, but it will still help you to add muscle definition for sure. I want to lean out my thighs and legs, but not sure what to do. So leaning out, that's just going to require losing body fat, right? So like I said, just slowly decrease your portion sizes and increase your daily movement by having a step goal will help you a ton. Those are going to be the driving forces to have you lean out, right? So slowly decrease your portion sizes, have a daily step goal, 8 to 10K steps a day. And then if you want to eventually add in a cardio session here or there, maybe add in 1 to 2 cardio sessions a week of whatever cardio you enjoy doing. And you'll be golden. And honestly, walking like helps to definitely lean out my legs for sure. Can you tell a story about something awkward that has happened to you in the gym so I feel better about an experience I had this morning? I love this. Okay, I'm sorry I had an embarrassing experience, but honestly, like embarrassment isn't even real in my mind. It's just like, you know what I mean? Whatever happened to you, but it's only embarrassing because you're like placing that like judgment on it or that like category on it. Like it just is what it is. You don't even be embarrassed by it. But something awkward that has happened to you at the gym. Oh my gosh, I need to rack my brain. A while ago, I feel like this has happened to everybody, but like I had the 45, like I had weights on each side of the squat rack, right? I think I had more than that on each side, yeah. Because if you have more than 45 on each side, if you take all the weights off on one side, it's gonna... So that's what happened to me. I think I was squatting. I probably had like a 45 and maybe a 10, and I took both weights off on one side, rookie mistake, and then the barbell fell and, you know, flipped up. That happened. I'm trying to think of what else. I feel like something happened recently that I was like, well, sorry you guys, I I don't, because I also feel like I just don't, I'm like weirdly too comfortable in the gym. Like so many people probably think I'm weird in the gym because I just am way too comfortable. But at this point, I'm like, I've been doing this for so long, I don't even really care. I don't know, you guys. I think that's like kind of the biggest one that I can think of. If something comes to me, I know that was so lame. If something comes to me, I'm sorry, but don't feel weird about having something like awkward or embarrassing happen to you at the gym. Like it freaking happens, dude. Thank you. I do a lot of those, so it's great to know what I'm doing. Yes. Okay, I'm happy that gave you like confirmation because I feel that too. Sometimes I just want like affirmation of what I'm doing. Also, how many rest days do you typically take? Dos. I have 2 rest days a week. I usually don't work out on the weekends. Sophia, hey, what Apple Watch do you have? I want to start counting steps. This I got from free from my mom's friend, and it's literally Series Uno. So I think this is the OG Apple Watch. But yeah, I literally only use it to track my steps. I don't even really care to track I track my workouts more so for the time because it helps me move more quickly. You guys, I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't have a good, embarrassing story to tell. I just can't think of one. I don't know. I'm sorry. But sometimes I think I'm like, I don't even know. I just don't get embarrassed. I don't count steps. I count miles. Okay, dude, go for it. Kentucky Fried Tofu. How often do you jump rope as part of your workout? I'm trying it and can't do it for long. So I only do it to warm up, honestly, in the beginning of like my upper body days. Not every time, but like whenever I'm feeling it. So usually for only like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but it depends. Sometimes I'm like really into it, so I'll do it for longer. But I would say on average like 10 to 15 minutes I jump rope as warm up before my workout, and it really helps because it helps to get my heart rate up really quickly and makes me warm quickly. Do you run? Negativo. I do sometimes, like, honestly, I love running when I'm like really, like if I'm, not to get emo, but if I'm like sad or if I have like a lot going on in my mind, running always makes me feel more clear. So I will run. I do enjoy running. I know some people have like a really negative taste in their mouth when they think about running. I do love, like I like it. I think it feels good. I like the way it makes me feel. I feel empowered when I run. And like I said, in high school, I did like lacrosse. I ran track. I ran indoor track too for a season. So I honestly would kind of classify myself as a runner, to be quite honest with you. But I don't do it as part of my training at all. And I think it's kind of overhyped, especially in terms of like when it comes to weight loss. That's like, I would not recommend running if like your main goal is weight loss. That's not something I would be like, go run on the treadmill for 30 minutes a day. But so yeah, like I will run for more so like mental clarity. And just when I feel called to run, I will. What's your nationality and ethnicity? BTW, you're beautiful. Thank you. That's very sweet. People always think that I'm Native American, but I am not. I am full Italian. 100%. Hello from Brazil. Hi, Amanda. Is there a heat wave? There's a heat wave in Spain. I can't even move. Wait, how? Hi, wait, also hi, Fernanda. I recommend your name. How hot is it there? And also, what part of Spain are you in? Because I miss Spain so much. I studied abroad in Alicante, which was on like the southern coast, and I freaking miss it. So I'm curious to know how hot it is there. I usually run at night and find it calming and okay. And for a better night's sleep. I definitely could see that. Yeah, something about it is so meditative. So I understand why people really like it. And also, yeah, I don't know. I just like always have a weird sense of like mental clarity after I run. And like also the runner's high is so freaking real, dude. Like I only get that when I run, like that endorphin release is something different. So I always feel like a release after it. And honestly, so I'm reading the book, The Power of Now, right? By Eckhart Tolle. I can't believe there's 60 people in here just like listening to me blabber. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are getting something out of this. But so like I said, I'm reading the book, The Power of Now, and it's all about like being present, right? And like gaining awareness and like just being fully like in the now. And I've realized like the reason why I really enjoy lifting, because it talks about like how like only true recognition, like honest, true recognition of true beauty really only comes from being fully present, essentially. It's kind of would be hard for me to explain right now, but like really like there's that space between like being fully present and then your thought comes in about something, like about the fact that that thing that you just experienced was beautiful. So you think it's a thought when really there just was a really small gap between the thought that came up and the presence of really feeling that pure beauty in that moment. So circling back, I realize that's why I really love and feel very at peace and like have this weird sense of fulfillment when I'm working out, because it really, if you think about it, it really forces you to become present in that full activity. Because like, for example, yesterday when I was doing my reverse lunges on the Smith machine and it hurt so much, and I was really focusing on my muscle contraction, the stretching, the contraction of the muscle, the mind to muscle connection, you know what I mean? Getting the weight up. It's not like you physically, like all thoughts are off. Like I'm sure so many of you guys can resonate with this. It's like so many of your thoughts are off. Like you're just thinking of getting through that rep and like taking your body through that motion in that moment. Same thing with running. Like I know in the beginning it like you're able to think, but like at least for me, there gets to a point where I'm like kind of near the end of my run and I'm like, this is hard at this point. I've been running for a good amount of time. I'm just like constantly thinking of one foot after the other and just like being in this meditative state of just doing. And I was like, I don't know, it just hit me. I was like, is this why I feel so weirdly fulfilled and why I feel weirdly happy when I'm doing technically these hard tasks? Is it because like my mind is finally off and I'm able just to be experiencing the now, which is where like true bliss is, you know? I thought it was interesting. I would like to hear your thoughts. You do look Native American, yeah. Also, my uncle calls me Pocahontas, which is like very spot on. Someone said I looked like Pocahontas, which I need to be Pocahontas. I still haven't done it, but I need to be Pocahontas for Halloween because like not to be like that, but I feel like I would kill it. It would be spot on. Yeah, it's like a night meditation. That's so true. I definitely feel that. Oops. I lost a lot of weight, fat, and muscle while trying to be skinny and basically feel comfortable with my body, and now I feel super disgusting and like a skeleton. Girl, don't feel disgusting. I need advice on gaining muscle. Okay, totally get this. Don't get down on yourself. Don't like feel like you're still beautiful just the way you are. Again, know like where the direction that you're heading. You're always a work in progress. There's no need to get down on yourself. You deserve love. You deserve to feel worthy no matter what you look like. So don't stress, just breathe. And I would say, so gaining muscle, just like same main core principles, right? You're gonna wanna be focusing on resistance training and specifically progressive overload with that strength training, with that resistance training. So constantly over time, trying to make these workouts more difficult to keep causing stimulus on your muscle and causing muscle growth. And you're gonna wanna probably be eating a little bit more for sure. Make sure that your protein is high to make sure that you're able to replenish your muscles and build up your muscle fibers. So I would say, seeing as you seem very lean already, I would aim for 1 gram of protein per body pound that you weigh. It may seem like a lot to you, but it's definitely very true. That's where you want to be aiming at. If it seems too high for you right now, if it seems like unattainable, multiply your body weight by 0.8. Okay, that may be a better starting point to you, and then maybe work up to 1 gram per pound you weigh. And yeah, just focus on training hard, pushing weight, trying to increase the difficulty, increase your food a little bit, and make sure your protein is high, and you will definitely see muscle gain. I live in Granada. You definitely have told me this before. This all is coming back. Yes, because I visited there. It's almost 9 p.m. and 39 degrees Celsius, which is like 104 Fahrenheit. Thank you for clarifying, because I wouldn't have known. Did you learn any Spanish? That is so hot. At 9 p.m., I'm shocked. That's very, 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 very warm. I definitely understand why you're like struggling. Did you learn any Spanish? Yeah, yes and no. I think yes, currently now, no. But I stayed with a host mom while I was there, and she didn't speak any English at all. So yeah, when I went there, I didn't know a lot of Spanish, but then like after, I was there for like 2 months, and then we had to all get sent home because COVID had broken out. So I did learn some Spanish. Technically, I've been taking Spanish since kindergarten. I hate saying that because I'm so incompetent with it. But from kindergarten to 6th grade, we took Spanish like once a week. It was more like learning vocab, like learning words, you know, like tiger, that sort of thing, like animals, colors. And then I took it all throughout senior year of high school, and then I took it in college as well, like a couple classes. I think maybe only 1 class actually. But so I did learn some Spanish, and I'm better at reading it and kind of listening, better than me speaking it and writing it, I would say. So, and not fat, that's going back. What I said, is it Janetzi? Yes, if you slowly increase your calories, train hard, have high protein, you won't gain a lot of body fat, I promise you. Some is going to be inevitable just because you are increasing your calories, but like don't stress, it's for your health, and that's always just what comes with gaining more muscle. Just like when you lose weight, you usually lose some muscle too. What do you study at university? So I already have graduated, I already finished college. So I graduated in May, I'm 22 years old, and I studied supply chain management, which is a business major, which has to do with like creating a product from its raw materials to like getting it to the consumer. And then I minored in entrepreneurship and then also international business. So I studied business. Hello from Tijuana, is that how you say it, by the way? Thank you for being here, Janetzi. This is so sick that there's people from everywhere. You're talking about flow state, definitely a magical state to tap into. Yes, absolutely. I definitely want to like, because I obviously find like, I just feel like that's when you create your most authentic work, and the most, like that's just when your work is like just completely charged with like love, presence, light, and it's just like, I just feel like that's when you create your best work. And that's when you enjoy it the most. That's a beautiful thought about working out. I actually loved it. Thank you. I'm happy you did. I'm vegan, which makes everything worse, but thank you so much for advice and your words. Ugh, yeah, I can't relate to that. I don't have a lot of experience just because I haven't ever been vegan. But I know it makes it more challenging, but there's definitely like vegan, like you definitely can, I don't want that to like make you have like this limiting belief. Like you definitely still can do it. I think just like looking up more vegan protein sources. Like I know like edamame, bro, is so underrated. There's like 17 grams of protein in a cup, which is so much. So are getting stretch marks from lifting normal? I definitely would say that's like happens for sure. I don't know if I would say that it's like common or likely, but it definitely happens for sure, especially if you're making muscle gains pretty quickly. Great pronunciation on my name, perfect. And on the city too. Oh, it's in Mexico. I should have known that. That makes sense. Thank you for making me feel better about my pronunciation because I'm always nervous. Okay, on another note, see, ojalá vuelves pronto. That means you have to come back soon, or you have to visit soon, right? Because isn't it volver to return, to come back? But I don't know ojalá, but I definitely have seen that. Hopefully, is that saying hopefully you'll come back soon? I hope that's right. Let me know. Also, I respect you so much for being bilingual. Okay, on another note, I have lost some weight, but my belly does not go away. Any advice? Here's my thing, especially with all my ladies. Also, hi from the Netherlands. Hello. I wanted to go to, why am I blanking out? What's the major city in the Netherlands? Oh my gosh. Amsterdam. Yes? No? Yes. Why is my geography awful? But yes, I really wanted to go to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. I was gonna go when I was studying abroad. We had a whole trip planned and it was about to be epic, and then we had to come home. But also, yes, I'm happy I got that right. See, I feel like I can read it and I can kind of understand it if you speak it to me. I'm just so, like, if you ask me to speak a sentence, accent would be awful and I probably would make no sense because the conjugation and everything. On another note, okay, so back to this belly fat situation. All my ladies, and then I need to wrap up because I always say I'm gonna leave, but then I don't because we just keep chatting and I like it. But so, okay, belly fat, with females, it's so like, because people always want to get abs, right? And there's a thing like, just genetically, we all store body fat in different ways in different areas, and there's places where you gain weight the quickest, and like there's a place where you gain fat first, and there's places where you lose fat first, mostly, right? So for some people, like for women especially, just because we have so many, like, I mean, we all have organs in our stomach, but like we have a uterus, we have our womb, right? There's just different things, like it just genetically as women, we carry more fat in our belly. So it's kind of like sometimes no matter how lean you get, you still might have this little belly on you, and it's completely fine, it's completely normal. And I know it seems frustrating, but just know it's like just your nature of your body, and you need to respect that and have grace with it. Because some people like really kill themselves to get abs, right? But it's like, but you will have to get to a wicked low body fat percentage to finally maybe lose that belly, right? Which isn't always healthy. That's when women start to have hormonal imbalances. That's when they start to lose their period, they have hair fall out, they have really low energy, right? So just like have grace with yourself, get yourself to your best form. And sometimes your best form like still has a little belly. You know what I mean? Like it's just genetically like what your body is, and you need to have grace with yourself. So I don't want to say like it's not possible, but it's just like for me, for example, like I carry a lot of, like my fat mostly is in the back of my arms and my back, right? So it's like right now I would like my arms to be leaner maybe, right? But it's like I would have to get even leaner than I am now to finally lose that little extra body fat, which I don't think would be healthy for me and my hormones, for my energy levels, that sort of thing, my libido. Yes, it's in Amsterdam. You guys, I probably sound so like just not mentally here. I know I am, just sometimes I get like a little bit, I don't know. Like, that should have been so clear that Amsterdam's in the Netherlands. Hi from Turkey. Hello, hello. Totally, I feel lifting forcing you to be in the now, dealing with a bunch of pelvic IBS issues. Lifting is the only thing that makes you feel better, shifts my brain focus to the now and muscles worked. Yes, absolutely, Melody. I definitely feel that. Yeah, it just was like interesting when I thought about it that way. I've heard great things about fasting, especially longevity. What do you think about it? Okay, here's my situation. Because you know, intermittent fasting, that it still is hot, but like it used to be like even a bigger thing. And I kind of would use the word, like I used to be against it. I used to not believe in it because in my opinion, I feel like again, like people our age would use it. I saw it, people would use it as an excuse for essentially just to be starving themselves and be like, oh, I'm intermittent fasting, like I'm not eating until 1. But really it's just like, they're just using it as an excuse to not eat as much. And they also think that like the concept of intermittent fasting is what's making them lose weight, when really it's just like the calorie deficit. But the more that I've learned, and more so the science of it, and listening to naturopathic doctors on podcasts and things like that, you are right. Like it definitely helps with, you know, like overturning, like cleansing old dead cells, overturning cells. I think it's called autophagy. It's very good for, you know, brain function, for longevity and things like that. So I definitely have become more knowledgeable in it and more aware of the perks. But for me, I don't necessarily feel a need to do these really, really long fasts. I also think there's a spirituality component to it, which I think is interesting, that I would like to learn more about. But I personally try to practice fasting on a more smaller, more manageable scale with my lifestyle. So I just try to have like a 12 to 14 hour fast between my dinner and my breakfast the next day. So I haven't been very good about it. I'm always at least having 12 hours between it, but I would like to be more like 13, 14 hours in between dinner and breakfast. But so for example, if I finish eating at, 7, I'll try to have my breakfast at like 9 the next morning, or 9 or 10 or something like that. But yeah, I definitely think there's value to it. I do want to keep learning about it. Hi, I was so hungry and craving snacks like crazy. I just ate half a bag of chips and it's nearly 10 p.m. in here. Now I feel horrible. I don't know why I'm doing it, but sometimes I crave trash food. Okay. I don't know what your other relationships are with food, but like maybe if you're like having a lot of restriction view around food, or feel like there's good and bad foods, this may lead you to kind of feel the need to like have like these really strong cravings every now and then, or feel kind of uncontrollable around food, or have a lot of food focused thoughts. So first of all, I just want to say, if I'm kind of like your, I don't know, just if you're feeling bad right now, don't feel bad. What's done is done. It's completely okay. Have grace with yourself. Only having regret and talking down to yourself is only going to make it worse, right? So just use this time, use this awareness that you've of becoming aware of what how you just had those eating habits and how it didn't make you feel good. Use this as awareness to learn for how you want to approach this the next time you have these urges, right? So just have grace with yourself. Literally, it does absolutely nothing to get down on yourself, to feel bad, to feel all these negative low vibe emotions. Just learn from it, from what you did, or like, from your actions, and try to reflect on like how you want to move differently moving forward, and try to maybe think about where this stemmed from, of why you kind of felt uncontrollable around chips and things like that, and junk food. I feel like that's kind of like what I do, and it kind of helps me gain a little bit more awareness around it, so I'm more mindful and intentional the next time I may have that urge. I stumbled upon your videos randomly around 2 weeks ago, and I'm so happy they've helped me so much already. And all the bad things you just listed as me. I lost a lot of fat on my upper body right away, but I still have a belly and lost everything, energy and period. Love you, girl. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the love. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for coming on here and hanging with me. Sorry, I just read that last one. Yes, you've been introduced to Fasting by Joe Rogan podcast. I've not listened to any of his podcasts, but so many people talk about him. All right, I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes, have a good weekend too, Kiara. I'm really happy you all are here, and this will also be on my page, of course, if you want to watch it back. Thank you guys so much. New subscriber, welcome. Send you love back. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Love you, Holly. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and love.